Are we live? Is this working? Can you? Yeah, I think we're working. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? We're live from London, from the YouTube office, and we're super excited to have you here for a session on social media best practices. Before anything else, I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Pedro. I'm a community manager at YouTube, which basically means I manage a community that I'm going to drop in the chat so you can access it if you would like to. And next to me, I have Jules. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi everybody. So I'm Jules, and I'm partner manager for the UK and Ireland. So I work with content creators in this market to help them grow their business.
That's good. So we have a social media strategy today, and the reason we're doing it more than anything is because this is a really common question we get. So basically the question is, how do we use other platforms to promote our YouTube channel? And many times we don't go into this question as much as we could. So we're taking the time today to go and tell you how to use other websites to promote your YouTube content. And the question that is very natural to ask is, why do we do that? So I'm going to go there right now. It's a little bit strange that you come to a YouTube event organized by YouTube in the YouTube headquarters, and we will talk about Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat and Vine. Do you think so?
No, they'll understand.
Yeah, so the reason is because all creators know that YouTube is a really good place to host your videos and have your content, but you need to share it and you need to make people aware of it. And we are also aware of it. So I'm very happy if you guys want to use these platforms to share your video, because they're great tools, not just to share your videos, but to create your brand. And that's what we will talk about now, is how do you use them. So I want to say three things, and these three things is where we will focus our presentation on. So the first one is optimize your social video pages to promote your YouTube channel. So make sure that you're making the most of these pages to promote your content. Then use video and images to promote your new content in these social media websites. And then the third part is all about data, and Jules will talk about it. So how do you analyze the data and how do you look at your analytics to make sure it's working? Okay, so let's go into the first one, which is optimize social pages to promote your YouTube channel. I will start in a general way. So I will talk about social media pages in a general way, and then we will go with a little bit more detail into specific websites. So my suggestion is, for all your social media presence, you should have this list. And by the way, I will share the slides after with you. So this is really a list. You can follow this for all your social media, but no need to be taking notes now, because I will post this online as soon as we're done with the Hangout. So the first thing is on copy, and I will actually link point 1 and point 4. So the first point, copy, you need to have your profile updated to make sure that people that land in your social media pages, whether that be Twitter or Facebook, understand immediately, really quickly, that you are also a YouTube creator. So we have an example here from Field Day. He dropped his link in there. It's a way of showing, but some people say like new video every Monday or new video every Tuesday, or I'm also a YouTube creator in the Twitter bio. So have something there that lets people know that you also are on YouTube and that you have content there that people can actually visit. The second point is add hyperlinks. In most social media tools, you have the option to add hyperlinks. I would say that the best hyperlink to have, for example, on an Instagram account would be your channel trailer, because your channel trailer is what really shows what you are online and the content that you produce. So for someone completely new that finds your Instagram today, your channel trailer should really tell what your channel is all about and give them, like in 1 minute, what they could expect. And if they like that, they will subscribe to it. If you haven't put time on doing a channel trailer, my first recommendation is that you do, but while you don't have, the newest video is also a good thing. If you have the option to enable tabs or buttons to feature your content, do that. I will show that how to do that specifically in a little bit. And then 4, consistent branding. So make sure that your profile picture on YouTube matches the one on Facebook and the one on Instagram. Make sure the banners on Facebook and on YouTube are the same or similar, so that a person that knows already your YouTube channel and lands on Facebook understands immediately who you are, or vice versa. And also a point here, make sure you are consistent across all your social media. So if you're funny on YouTube, write funny posts on Facebook, because people that subscribe expect you to be funny. Or if you give beauty tips, also make beauty videos. And this makes perfect sense. So just be consistent across your social media. If you have buttons to watch video, use them. I will show them later again. And in some cases, you can get your account verified. Of course, like I don't work for Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, so I don't know the whole steps, but I know that in some of these social networks might not be so hard to get verified, and we have links in this presentation that will tell you how to do that. Okay, going more into specifics. So Facebook, and I'm talking about Facebook because it's the #1 place where most of you share videos. So again, I will share these slides. There's links in here so you can really follow this in your pages and see if you have everything enabled. But link to your site and channel in the About section. Then feature a video in this About section that promotes your channel. As I said, channel trailer, also newest video. In some cases, for some creators, the most popular video could be a good one. Let's say if you have a really big hit, and people know you for that, like, hey, you are the guy that did this prank or did this gaming live stream. That might be good, because at the end of the day, that video can become a little bit like your brand and people can identify you with that. Enable videos tab on Facebook. Not sure if you are all aware that you have a tab specific for video where you can have all your video content in there. And the watch video button on the upload. So that little button over there that you can see in the screenshot is #4. You can have it linking to your YouTube channel, and you can every time have your newest video in there and use that as a way to drive people off Facebook to YouTube for your channel. Relevant links for YouTube playlists in description and video posts. Remember that on YouTube, it's all about watch time. So you are trying to get to generate as much watch time as you can. And having playlists is a great way of doing that, because when people land in your video through a playlist, then all the watch time they collect, so all the time they stay in the platform, is also attributed to your channel. So if you have good playlists that you have made, Facebook is a great way to share them, because people will start with your video and then continue in the platform, and all that watch time goes to your channel, which then will help you a little bit with SEO, so being in better position in the ranks. And then see if your page is verified. We have a link here in the slides. Again, I'm going to post them. You can check if you can follow these steps and if you're eligible for that. Another 2 networks I want to talk about. So #1, Twitter. Including branding and text behind your profile picture. Include branding and text to communicate that you also upload on YouTube. Many times people that get into your Twitter profile don't know immediately that you are a YouTuber as well. So every now and then, have some pictures about you filming, have some teaser of you filming. If you have those videos, you can really tweet about the fact that you are a YouTube creator, about your last video or the video that you're planning to do. I think it's a little bit annoying if we follow someone on Twitter that all they do is just like, check my video, check my video, check my video. But while you're filming, it's great if you can tweet about what are your ideas and all that, because people, when they see your tweets, they will understand immediately that you're a YouTuber. You can also put in your description, in your bio, that you are a YouTuber, and put links to your YouTube channel, like we have in this example of Vsauce. And then again, consistently brand. And I'm going to, all over this presentation, talk about consistently branding, because this is one of the biggest kind of mistakes that we identify, that people that have different personalities across the web, and they lose subscribers because people don't understand what the channel is about, or don't understand that they're also on YouTube. So really remember this, consistent branding. Instagram. So communicate you're on YouTube. have the links in your profile, and I think if you can have every now and then pictures that identify you as a YouTuber, that's also great. I have a few partners that do it, and it works really well for them. But depends on like kind of the personality that you have on Instagram and how many followers you have. Okay, so how do you use your content to cross-promote on other platforms? So basically, there's 3 ways you can promote your content in other platforms. You have text, images, or video. It's very simple. I'm going to give a little bit of tips on the 3 of them, especially focusing more on images and videos. But on text, so if you're about to make a post on Facebook or on Twitter, just every now and then you can post facts, questions, news about your life on YouTube, and think of content that sparks curiosity or actions. So don't just say like new video every Monday, because that's a little bit boring. But if you say like, if you have a video about like the solar system, like, do you know that planet Earth rotates the same amount of times that XYZ? It's like some question that makes people want to know more. Or like, since I started YouTube, I uploaded 100 videos. Check my 101st video, or something like that. That makes people want to check it. So remember to have a call to action in your text, and also remember to be consistent. So if you're funny text. If you're gamer, gaming-related text, and so ever. However, as I said, I'm going to focus a little bit more on images and video formats, just because we have seen, after studying a lot of analytics and social media, that for this particular audience, videos and images have way bigger engagement. So if you post a video or an image, it's much more likely that you will get more attention and more clicks. So on images, what we said here is like post compelling images that encourage people to watch your YouTube upload, and think of image like YouTube thumbnails. So for all of you that are already doing YouTube thumbnails, you can use the thumbnail on Instagram or on Facebook to let people know that you have a new video, but you can also produce specific content for Facebook. So if you're already taking pictures for thumbnails, you can take a different picture. This works a lot very well for vloggers, for gamers, and also for beauty, because obviously you have very visual thumbnails in these verticals. Some things that people do is they post a picture, for example, on both actually Facebook and Instagram, but more for Facebook. What they do is they post a picture, and on Photoshop they put the play button in the center. So people actually think that's the YouTube video in there, and they click. And we see that when they open the image, there's a really, really high chance they will go after that to YouTube. So that's a good way of doing it. Other creators do a lot of video formats, so teasers or clips or behind the scenes or just the first 10 seconds. I'm sure all of you have seen this strategy. This works really well with engagement and what we call CTR in there, which is click-through rate. So from everyone that saw it, how many people clicked. That's the click-through rate, and it usually generates much bigger click-through rates than just image or text. I'm going to go again a little bit into that, and I'm going to use again the social networks where this works the best. So on Instagram, the thing on Instagram is that you can't include a link in a post. So you can make a post saying that you have a new video, but you cannot drop the link in there. So what most of the big partners are doing is they put the newest link in the description all the time. I will suggest that you use track URLs. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, for example, if you Google right now, Google URL shortener, you go to this page. Can you write it on the chat for those that don't know?
Sure, sure.
If you go on Google URL shortener, you can drop a link in there, and then Google will give you another link. And the cool thing about this link is not only that it's really small, but is that you have analytics on it. So you can all the time see how many people are clicking it. And this is a good way for you to spread your links all over social media and see if people are clicking on it or not. So you can also measure a little bit if it's an effective way to promote your channel or not. Again, when you upload images on Instagram, don't forget to do the call to action. So be compelling, like this guy Electric Pen says, 1 + 1 = 1. Like we all know it's 2, so it must be a mistake. No, he explains in the video why it's not a mistake. So there's like a little bit of a call to action on it. So think of a call to action that you could put in your pictures that drives people to the link in the bio. A lot of people on Instagram, really a lot of people on Instagram don't know that you cannot put the link in the picture. So a lot of creators, maybe you came across this, will say link in the bio, so to let people know where the link is. So you can also use that to make sure people don't miss it. And this thing on Facebook, a little detail on Facebook, that images with too much text can get rejected. This is in the new policy that they recently updated. So if you have thumbnails with a lot of text, or if you have a lot of text in the images, you might prefer to take that off and write the text yourself and make simpler or more compelling images. On video formats, this video formats work really well on Facebook, but I also added there Vine or Instagram. I think Instagram is grow. I mean, I don't think Instagram is growing really fast in video, and I think it's a great opportunity for creators to promote their videos because Facebook is a little bit saturated. Try to use intriguing clips or like something again that sparks the curiosity. A lot of creators create custom videos for Facebook, so you might want to do that. So for example, I had a really big creator, in a way, I'm not going to say his name, but there's a quite big creator recently that created videos of him walking to the studio where he will film, and then the video stops and it says continue here to watch on YouTube, and it worked really well. So spark the curiosity. On Facebook, it's so easy to see video because people just have to scroll. So really focus, if you're going to promote on Facebook, in the first 2-3 seconds, because that's where people are watching you. And again, don't forget to have call to actions. Say link here, find more here, continue on YouTube, something like that, for people to understand that YouTube is there, but also to entice them to go. I also want to talk about 2 other things in promoting your channel with videos. This is about Snapchat and about Instagram. A lot of creators, especially in like the vloggers, but also creators that do a lot of interactive stuff and are trying to build a community, they do a lot of videos just for the sake of being conversational with their audience, or just for the sake of being interactive. So they do videos that don't necessarily go in their YouTube channel, but can go in other social networks to promote their YouTube channel or themselves as a brand. So Snapchat is great for that. If you have good followers on Snapchat, you could make a story of you filming, or to say to your audience that you have a new video in your channel, or just sometimes premium content, like you can upload a video even on YouTube and make it unlisted and share the link only on Instagram and say like, this is for everyone that follows me on Instagram, thank you so much. And you can kind of like start building your community and give these to people, because they will feel really special for having access to a specific content that other people will not find so easily. So as it's in the slide, casual videos just for the sake of being conversational. You can use these 2 platforms for that, Instagram and Snapchat. Don't forget ever the call to action. If like, let them know the big thing is happening on YouTube, but you're using this to reach them in a different way. One thing I didn't mention here, but it's interesting too, is if you're trying to build a community, or if your long-term plan is to have like a really more than just viewers, you have like friends, almost ambassadors, people that engage for you, it might be worth for you to think of a hashtag that you use all the time and where you can track everything. There's a few creators that did that in a successful way, and it's a way to give people, like your fans, something that not everyone has, like it's our hashtag, and where everything links and everything is together. And also this links back to the consistent branding that I before talked. So it's a great way to connect all your social presence with this hashtag, and you can promote it on YouTube to the other networks as well, and then from the other social networks to YouTube. Once all of that is done, as I said in the beginning, your goal is to use analytics and data to make sure things are working, and this is where Jules come in.
Thank you, Pedro. Yeah, indeed, it's obviously really important to build the content as Pedro explained. But once that is done, you want to check out the analytics to help having insight about what works, what doesn't work, how viewers find your content, and how much they engage with it. So let's have an overview of the strategy of how you should use analytics and data. First of all, you have to measure the impact of cross promotion. So you should know, I hope, about YouTube analytics now. And as experts of YouTube analytics, you should know that you can check your traffic sources within the tool. So checking your traffic sources will be helpful for you to know where your viewers come from. How did they find the link? How did they hear about you? Through Facebook, through Twitter, or obviously through YouTube, through Google, through anything. So that will be key in defining the strategy you will implement on social media cross promotion. You can use. Pedro talked about it earlier. The URL shortener. Most of these tools offer a tracking system through clicks. The CTR, so click-through rates on the links. So by posting these short links, you can know how many people actually clicked on it, and you can obviously try different short URL on different social media to see which one worked better than the others. And finally, we'll get more into details for the Facebook analytics later on. But yeah, you can check on your Facebook analytics. We'll go back on that later. Basically, I guess you know a bit about the metrics on the other platforms. Each platform relies on different criteria to define the views, reach, and engagement. For instance, Facebook relies on the video views and has several criteria for that, whether it be the view as soon as a video is viewed, whether it is with or without the sound. So when you scroll down your news feed and a video auto plays, it can count as a view. But for you, the creator, you have also access to other metrics that are not public, but that will be very interesting for you in targeting your audience. 3-second views, how many views are still there after 3 seconds, and 30 seconds view. In the same way, each social media has its own criteria, and it's important to know them and to be able to play around them and be able to read through them to help you tailor your content. Instagram has followers, like, comments. I mean, it's all here on the slide, as you can see, and it's important to know them, to know how to use them, and also obviously to be able to distinguish properly between the public and non-public metrics. As I said earlier, views on Facebook are public from first second, but you might find it interesting to see the retention graph, the retention of your audience, how many people activate the sound, for instance, or how many just watch at your video with no sound, which will help you tailor your content. If like everybody watches it but with no sound, stop talking, I guess, or So let's go, as I said earlier, a bit deeper into Facebook analytics. So several dimensions. You can check by fans versus non-fans. So who engages really with your audience and who found it through, for instance, shares from friends. And these people that you will have to activate, if I can say, to to turn them from casual viewers into engaged fans. And the different view length metrics I talked about earlier, and that will help you tailor your content. So yeah, 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, fans versus non-fans, sound on, sound off, auto click or click to play, which is also really important. Like, do people actually click to see what you posted, or is it just because it turns on automatically scrolling down their feed? So all these metrics, you gotta have them in mind when tailoring your content.
Can I say something in here, Jules?
I think you can.
Okay, thank you. So I also think that on Facebook analytics, like they're super powerful, and when it comes to analytics. So think about what is your goal and look at analytics if you're getting it or if not. So let's say your goal is to have shareable content, that you want people to watch your video and to share it with your friends. You can actually see how many people are sharing it on the analytics of Facebook and compare very easily different posts you've made to see which ones are more shareable. This will give you information of what's your most shared post. And then based on that, many times you can think, why was this post shared, and replicate this content. Do it again to see if it works as well. If your main objective is drive people off YouTube, really focus on these first seconds, and then you will look at your audience retention. If in the first seconds people stay or not, and try to be really dramatic in the first seconds, like drop a bomb, do something that really in the first 3 seconds people will watch and then click. So really think about your goal and look at analytics if you're getting it or not. Remember this. Yeah.
Twitter analytics. So once again, different metrics, different needs, different audience, and so you will want to share it with a bit different content or sharing it differently. So yeah, once again, you can assess video performance by fans or non-fans. You have the different length metrics available, how many minutes were watched, so and also different insight in terms of who your audience is, what they like, how they behave. So yeah, again, a different insight on your audience and your viewership. And finally, here we're talking about Instagram and Vine. So once again we'll share the slides so you can click through the links there, and first it'll count as click-through rate. It's good. See if our links are compelling enough, and then different examples of tools that or websites that can be used to track how your audience engages with your content on Instagram and Vine. A couple of additional examples, unless Pedro, you have something to add.
No, go ahead.
So just, may seem obvious. Problem is it's not necessarily. You have to advertise your YouTube channel. You have to be the first advocates of your content on YouTube, so other people can become your own advocates afterwards. Here it's simple. It's links on your Instagram profiles. But if you don't do that, people cannot know. People can find your Instagram, think that what you do is pretty cool, but if it's not clear enough that you want to redirect them to your YouTube channel, you might lose potential audience. Same thing here on Facebook with the teaser. It's the promo link is essential. Plus, you got to be creative to find cool ways throughout the video on Facebook or anywhere else to drive the audience to your YouTube channel. So the call to actions are key, and you want to make them compelling enough for the viewer to actually click through it and engage with your content on YouTube.
Okay, thank you, Jules. That was really insightful. We're gonna stop the screen sharing. So that was it. I will share, as I said, the link for the slides in the community, and I will write as well the link for the community in the chat. So if you guys don't know about it, you can get in there and then download the slides. The slides are structured a little bit in like a list format. So you can open Facebook, open the slides, and see if you have done everything. And if you have doubts, many of these slides have links to Facebook external resources that you can use to see if you're doing everything okay or not. The main message I would say is just be consistent. So make sure you are one person across all social media and your own advocate. And also, one thing we didn't talk about that I will quickly highlight is collaborations. If you collab with someone, don't forget to benefit from the audience of this person, not just on YouTube, but across all social media. If you can Snapchat with this person, perfect, do it. If you can do a picture on Instagram together, do it. Because you can completely boost your collaboration and have a completely different effect if you use all your social media to do it and redirect all of that to that video that both audiences want to see. So don't forget about that as well. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good luck.
See you. Good luck. Bye.